Hi again, everyone. Scott Plyer, Popcorn fan here, and today I want to briefly touch upon what I'm going to be doing for this week in regards to videos, because there are 3 videos that I want to do this week. I want to do one video talking about all the movies and TV shows that I have seen all the way up until now and ever since my last video, which was the last channel update video that I uploaded almost a year ago, like last summer in July. So I want to briefly talk about 3 movies that I saw in 2019 that I promised to review on my channel that I never did. And then I also want to talk about all the movies and shows that I saw in 2020, as well as, this year, of what I've seen all the way up to now. So that way I can, be updated on all the movies and shows that I never got the chance to review on my channel, and try to condense it as much as I can in this one particular video. And then the other 2 videos that I'm planning on doing this week are upcoming movies and shows. So that will be my next video after this one, and then my 3rd video will be talking about a lot of Pokemon news. Like, it'll be basically a Pokemon-centric video. They'll be talking about video games and also the anime a little bit. So, first things first, I have the Joker movie that I never got the chance to review for you guys. So I will give a brief review of that movie, as well as Zombieland 2. And I guess I'll talk a little bit about the first movie as well as both movies, Zombieland 1 and 2. And then also Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, which that'll be the 3rd movie that I talk about. So, the Joker movie. I really think it's easily the best. It's my favorite movie of 2019, the Joker movie, because Joaquin Phoenix, he embodied the role of the Joker so well, while also giving his own take on the character. And from the filming, like the lighting, the cinematography, and just the overall look and feel of the movie, how it has a very 1970s kind of a feel to it. It has a very timeless kind of feel to it. And then another thing about the movie that I love so much is that, it's a movie that makes you think. You have to watch the movie from beginning to end to really understand everything that's happening. You have to watch the Joker movie from beginning to end to understand what's going on, because you see everything from Arthur Fleck's perspective, and because of that, there's certain things that happen at the end of the movie that make you question what happens throughout the movie. So it's a movie that makes you think, and I love it for that. It's easily my favorite movie of 2019. And then another movie, the Zombieland 2, which is the sequel to the first film that came out in 2009. I think it's an enjoyable movie. It's a comedy based on the zombie apocalypse, obviously, with Jesse Eisenberg and, Woody Harrelson, who is a really enjoyable, easily my favorite character in the 2 Zombieland movies, and Emma Stone. All 3 actors great in their roles in these 2 movies of Zombieland, both movies. And some of the new characters could have been very annoying in the newer film, in the second film, Double Tap. And yeah, an enjoyable movie. I'd probably give that one a B. And also the Joker movie, an A+. Then Star Wars Rise of Skywalker is a movie that I personally think is very underrated. I'm probably in the very small minority that I think it's a really good movie. But at the same time, I do see the faults. Like, there are certain things in the movie. Like, I can see why people don't like Rise of Skywalker. I can see that. But for me personally, from how it kind of goes back to that trio of characters between Finn, Rey, and Oscar Isaac's character, I like that trio dynamic that you are used to with the original trilogy. They kind of bring that back in in Rise of Skywalker, and I really like that. and I really like everyone's performances in the movie. I thought everyone was great in their roles, and I think it did a really great job for what it was given, for concluding not just the sequel trilogy but also the saga as a whole. I think it did a decent enough job. I think it did a really good job concluding the Skywalker saga. I think it's a great movie, and I'm in the minority, I guess, but it's a movie that I really like, and it's easily one of the better movies out of the three, anyway, out of the trilogy, of the sequel trilogy. So that's what I have to say about those movies. Now, 2020, quite a few movies came out that year. There was Birds of Prey. I think that's an enjoyable movie, not my favorite DCEU film. You know, it's a very female-centric film, and I guess I do like the actors, obviously. I think the Margot Robbie embodies the role of Harley Quinn, does a really good job with that, and you know, it's an enjoyable movie. It has some really good action sequences. I like Ewan McGregor as Black Mask. I thought he was really good in the role, and yeah, and overall, it's an enjoyable movie. Not my favorite. By the way, Rise of Skywalker, I'd give that movie a A-, and Birds of Prey, I'd probably give that one more like a B-. Now, also, Sonic the Hedgehog, I also saw that movie in theaters, which, it's an enjoyable movie. It's a buddy cop road trip film with Sonic and James Marsden's character, and obviously Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Easily the best part of the movie is Jim Carrey's portrayal as that character. And another video game movie that I really enjoyed, it reminded me of the Detective Pikachu movie a little bit, because the filmmakers obviously cared, and they did a pretty good job with the movie, all things considered. I don't think it's like an amazing movie by any means, but it is a really good video game adaptation of a popular video game character. It's not necessarily based on any particular video game in the series, it's just a video game based on a Sonic character, which I guess one criticism is that the movie is a fish out of the water movie, basically, but not entirely, because Sonic has been on Earth for a while. So overall, an enjoyable movie. I'd probably give that movie a B. And then also, I saw the Invisible Man movie in theaters. I believe I saw that movie in theaters with my mom, and I also saw it a second time, and it's a really good movie. Like, the Invisible Man movie surprised me. Like, it felt like more of a like a drama, like a thriller. It was a horror film, but it was more based on like the torture, like the mental torture that the female character had throughout the film, and the paranoia she felt being, you know, followed by this character, by the Invisible Man character. And just, it's an amazing movie, and considering that it was a low-budget horror film, they did a really good job with the effects that they used for the Invisible Man, and it was a great movie. It was an amazing movie. So yeah, that's my review of that movie. I would probably give that one a B+. And then after the Invisible Man movie, there was also the Mulan remake. I enjoy it. It's not great. I think they did a pretty good job. Like, it came out on Disney Plus, but at the same time, I think it was also released to theaters, the Mulan movie. So what I have to say about that movie is that it's a good movie. I think what Disney did, try to make it a more grounded take on the original film, I think they did a good job, but at the same time, there were certain things like removed from the original animated film that weren't in the remake that I would have liked to have seen. So it's not like I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. I think the actors in the movie are good in the roles. So yeah, the Mulan remake, I would probably rank that one or give that one a B. The Mulan remake. And then also, in 2020, they finally released like near the end of the year, they released Wonder Woman 84 on HBO Max. And Wonder Woman 84, I think, is an enjoyable movie. And I only saw it once, and it's been a while, but it's an enjoyable movie. And I think what they did with the movie was interesting, because there's a certain character in that movie that is similar to a certain public figure. Something about this one particular character in the Wonder Woman 84 movie that made me think of this one particular public figure character that I'm not going to name. And also, it just felt a lot more... It had a better third act than the first Wonder Woman movie did. But it was also filmed at night, so it was kind of hard to see the cheetah character a little bit in that third act. But it had a better third act than the first Wonder Woman movie. But like, there's two parallels. Like, I think Wonder Woman 84 kind of suffered a little bit in the first two acts, whereas the first movie had a better first and second act, but not as good of a third act. Whereas with the second film, not as good of a first and second act as the first film. And so, yeah, it's an enjoyable movie, and I think the way they brought back Steve Trevor was... They kind of used a MacGuffin in the movie to bring back his character, and it's an enjoyable movie. I think it's a decent enough movie, not an amazing movie, but I'd probably give that one a B-. And then also, I think that's about it for all the movies that came out in 2020 that I saw. And then also, the other biggest thing that came out that year was The Mandalorian Season 2. Easily some of the best Star Wars we have had in years, and that is saying a lot coming from me, who loves the sequel trilogy. Season 2 of The Mandalorian did a lot with what it was given, and Baby Yoda, obviously, Grogu, oh my god, such an adorable little guy. And then at the end, I'm not going to reveal, like, in case there are people watching this who haven't seen season 2 of The Mandalorian, I'm not going to spoil the big cameo at the very end. But also, it had a very bittersweet moment at the end between Grogu and The Mandalorian. Amazing stuff. Easily the best thing. Season 2 of Mandalorian is some of the best Star Wars we've had in recent years, and that's saying a lot coming from me, who loves the sequel trilogy. And, you know, now that I'm done with all of that stuff that came out in 2021, present time, there were 2 shows on Disney+. There was WandaVision, which is, like, you think of WandaVision, and it was very different, obviously, to what you're used to with the MCU. It was based on sitcoms, and I wasn't sure what to think about it at first, but, you know, as it kept airing week to week, it kind of... Something about it being released week to week, and that it was based on a sitcom, I think made the show suffer a little bit, because there were a lot of speculations and theories going into every episode every week, and I think that kind of made the finale kind of obviously it was a major disappointment for a lot of people because of the theories and speculations and how overhyped all of those theories and speculations were for WandaVision, which that I think it's a good show, and it's definitely, it focuses a lot more downtime with Wanda and Vision, and you know, I really like that. You know, it's something that you don't usually see in the movies, where they focus a lot more on smaller moments with these characters, and WandaVision I thought was great for that. So yeah, I think it's hard to grade a TV show, but I'd probably give WandaVision like a B+ if I had to like rank the season overall, or give the grade for the show overall. And obviously, Falcon and the Winter Soldier currently airing. Its final episode airs this Friday. So, and from what I've seen so far, wow, It's a great show. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the action, oh boy, the actors, like I said with WandaVision, like the smaller moments that you get to see with these characters, seeing Falcon and Bucky living their regular lives day by day, like especially with Sam, seeing him with his family, that's great to see. You don't see that all that often in the movies, and because of that, it's great. It's easily a really amazing show. Love Falcon and the Winter Soldier so far, great. And then, so I can't grade that because it's still airing. There's one more episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier that's going to air this Friday. Now, there's also a few movies that came out on HBO Max that I saw. There was obviously the Justice League Snyder Cut, which is a vast improvement over the Justice League theatrical cut. Wow. I mean, by no means, it's not a masterpiece. I think that it's an amazing movie, a much better improvement over the Justice League, basically. A lot of characters like Cyborg and the Flash got a lot more fleshed out in the Snyder Cut, and even the main villain, much improvement, especially with the CGI, with the way he looked, and finally getting a proper live-action interpretation of Darkseid that I wanted to see ever since I watched the final season of Smallville. I've always wanted to see a proper live-action interpretation of Darkseid. We finally got that in the Justice League Snyder Cut. Amazing stuff. So yeah, for that movie, I would grade that B+. So that's the Snyder Cut. I also saw Godzilla vs. Kong, which was also... Being a really big King Kong fan, I really liked how the Godzilla vs. Kong movie, it was... King Kong, he had a character arc in the movie, and I really liked that. And also, the fight sequences are great, awesome. The visual effects, perfect. CGI has gone so far, and the CGI in Godzilla vs. Kong, how the movie with the cinematography, great. I guess, like a lot of these monster movies, like they don't focus too much on the human characters, and when they do, they suffer a little bit. And, I could see that with the Godzilla vs. Kong movie as well. Not a perfect movie. I'd probably grade that one like a B-. So, yeah, and also... There's also Superman and Lois, the TV show on the CW. I saw that. So far, it's a really good show. I mean, it's still airing, and it's really great. Like, the way it was filmed, like, the movie aspect ratio compared to how most of the other CW shows are filmed, it's really good. Like, in the storytelling, too, the actors, like, I was already sold on... the actor playing, Superman, Clark Kent on the show. I was already sold on his character before when he was first introduced on Supergirl. He's a great actor in the role, and Tyler Hoechlin. And then also Elizabeth Tulloch as Lois Lane, who it took me a while to warm up to her version of the character, but now that I've seen the first few episodes of Superman and Lois, she's great in the role, and I love the family drama. Like, it feels like more of a family drama than a Superman show in a lot of ways. And I really like that about Superman and Lois. Now, also, was one more thing that I will finally finish up this video off with will be the 6 additional episodes of Season 10 of The Walking Dead. Now, I thought they were good because they kind of... The 6 additional episodes to Season 10 of The Walking Dead kind of teases this Carol and Daryl spinoff show a little bit, while also teasing the main threat of Season 11 a little bit. And I thought it was good for that. It kind of gives room to flesh out the Daryl and Carol spinoff show that will be airing. I'm not sure when, but yeah, that's how... that's how I see these 6 additional episodes to season 10 of The Walking Dead. Now, I think that's about it for everything that I want to talk about in this video. So yeah, I have 2 more videos that I want to do other than this one. So in my next video that I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about upcoming shows and movies. And then for my 3rd video, I'm going to talk about Pokemon content. So stay tuned for those videos. Thank you all so much for watching. I apologize if this video is really long. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.